We're starting the Stultifera Navis guys this time around with SN-EX-2. Reason being, Stultifera Navis is a horrible hard event. Now for this stage, if you look at the enemy weaknesses, you'll see that a lot of them are generally weaker to physical damage. Got a C resistance here, C resistance, D, and a C. So we're going to be using quite a bit of arts damage in this particular guide. Then at the same time, we'll only be borrowing one 6-star. And that 6-star is going to be a Gnosis on skill 3 and 3. If you don't have a Gnosis already at Mastery 3 on the 3rd skill, you can just borrow from a friend. If you don't have a friend with a Gnosis set as a support unit, you can come to my Discord server and you can add someone over there so that you can clear this stage nicely. Now since the weakness is arts damage, that's why you see a core caster and a mega core caster along. Doesn't matter what type of casters they are, as long as you're confident that they can dish out a lot of damage or they can hit multiple targets. So if you have someone like Aya Fiala, Kyobi, Golden Glow, maybe Kiera would be pretty good as well. Those type of casters are very nice to replace these two over here. Then bring a healing defender along with a single target medic. Now the single target medic, if you have a wandering medic, is a lot better. So for example, if you have a mulberry, a honeyberry, or a chestnut, I strongly suggest to replace your Ansel with these casters because they can heal the sanity damage that happens in the stage. Then bring 2 Pioneer Vanguards. These are going to be very important in challenge mode later on. So I'm going to do normal mode first, and then in the second half of the video, you'll see challenge mode. You'll get why later. And then afterwards, we'll take a Myrtle. It is strongly advised that your Myrtle is E2. So if you haven't promoted Myrtle yet, please try to do so. It's quite cheap since the event gives you a lot of mats. And it's even better because you can have an E2 operator so as to borrow an E2 Gnosis. Before we enter the stage, components as well. This stage needs a lot of components set up. So the first component you need is the range operators gaining HP and defense. The reason for this is that we will be using the range operators to block the enemies, and they deal quite a bit of physical damage. So it's nice if you can increase the defense of your operators. Then also you'll need the Hand of Saint removing Netherseed Brand. Reason being, there is a mission over here that states to do this stage while clearing 10 tiles of Netherseed Brand. So that's why we need that particular component. And then afterwards, you also want to be using the operators gain 1 block. So this will apply to all your operators, range operators as well. This will be very good because there's so many enemies later on. And then we'll also be taking the Netherseed Brand, deals reduced arts damage, and no more nervous impairment. Alright, so 4 modules being attached over here. 8 operators, 4 modules. Let me show you how it's done first in the normal mode. Alright, SN-EX-2, Wilderness Journey. Okay, the normal mode of the stage is a lot simpler. You can quickly plant all your operators down because of the normal DP regen. So put Myrtle there, and then put Gnosis right here. Put a Scavenger, or whichever Pioneer Vanguard that you choose. Pioneer Vanguard 1, Pioneer Vanguard 2. Just like that. Okay, then afterwards you can put a Click to support. Just turn on your Pioneer Vanguard skill whenever it's ready. Put a Steward to support as well, or whichever caster that you brought. And then, like that. That's all you need to do. So the idea of why this is the arrangement is such that I'm causing the Netherseed Brand to stop spreading after a certain point. So you'll see that Spot and Steward are very safe from getting hit by practically anyone. I'm just going to turn on Click skill for the sake of it. So let's say later on you see those dodgy boys. Since Spot and Steward are not affected by the Netherseed Brand, they can block these dodgy guys later on. That's the reasoning behind it. Okay, when the dodgy guys gets close, then turn on Gnosis skill to help with the freeze. So freeze will remove their dodge, and that's why Gnosis is really freaking good in this stage. Stun will also help, so Click is a very very nice person to bring along also. I'm just gonna turn on Scavenger skill to just add a bit more attack. And you gotta help to heal our poor Scavenger right here. Now if you do need to like do some stuns, go ahead, remove the Netherseed Brand so that you can actually block for some time. Then whenever Gnosis skill is ready again, turn it on so that he can actually freeze these guys and remove all of them. He might not be able to catch every single person, so feel free to use one of the tile cleaners over here. I can turn on Click skill to give some stun. This will remove their dodge. Okay, then just go left and right, angle it whatsoever. So the good thing about this arrangement is that you only need to apply this particular item onto one lane, and you don't have to focus on the other bottom two. And same idea, when they get close towards Gnosis, then you just turn on Gnosis skill again, so they cause a mass freeze. You should be able to get rid of all of them. Just gonna use that tile cleaner to just hold them, and just like that. Very, very simple way to just clear the stage. The Nether Sea Brain cannot get onto the healing tile, which is why you see this guy continuously snapping left and right. Just gonna turn on some stuns, get rid of his dodge, and there you go. You can even use the cleaner to stun him. Okay, normal mode is very simple to do if you just follow the directions that I have. But what's even harder is the challenge mode. So, in the challenge mode, you want to bring an additional operator. Most of you should have a Lancet in your account. So, bring along one more robot. Why is it a robot? I need someone cheap in the stage to help us over here. So bring along a Lancet, components stay the same, everyone else stay the same. The timing is tighter here. So let's hit it. SN-EX-2 again, this time challenge mode. Okay, start the stage by placing your E2 Myrtle right over on the same tile as before. Then whensoever you can turn on Myrtle skill, go ahead and do so. I would say that Myrtle would be nice if you have her at least Mastery 1. Then place a Pioneer Vanguard here whensoever you can. Make sure your Pioneer Vanguard's skill rank 7 as well. Then this will help you to place another Pioneer Vanguard in time. And whensoever your Myrtle skill is ready, turn it on. Use Gnosis skill right about now. And then place a Lancet to stop the Nether Sea Brain from spreading. If you do let it spread, then just take one of the cleaners and clean it upwards like that. Okay? Okay. This is where it gets a bit tricky. So, your operators currently can block 3 for the Pioneer Vanguards, and then Gnosis can block 2. So don't let any enemies go past. Whensoever you feel like you need to help with the damage, just use one of the cleaners to hurt them. Like that. So keep, like, getting rid of them as far as you can. Place a medic over here to help with some healing. So I'm just gonna watch, okay, there's a lot of enemies here, then let me just stun them, hold them back. I'm gonna turn on Myrtle's skill to help. There's still a lot of enemies. Let me just hit. Okay. So save your operators as much as possible. Next, I'm gonna remove Lancet and then replace for a click right over here. Let me turn on the skill of my Vanguard. Okay, let's hurt them again. Okay, be generous about your usage of the cleaning thing, because the cleaning thing, they give so many for you to actually put to good use. Okay, use Gnosis skill again to like freeze these dodgy boys. Okay, I'm gonna place a Steward right there. And good, like that, you've got your deployment settled. I'm just gonna turn on click skill to speed up the killing of these guys right here. Yeah, one thing I'm worried about is that in challenge mode, this guy hurts much faster. Or much harder, sorry. So feel free to turn on your medic skill if you need to. Okay, Gnosis skill should come back up very soon. If not, you can like stun this guy. Okay, I'm just gonna use Gnosis Freeze right about now to help out. Okay, let me just stun this guy. Let me turn on Spot's skill to help with healing the scavenger right there. Gonna clean the floor. Let me stun him so that he doesn't have any dodge, and then Click and Courier can hurt better. Like that. So you need to use the cleaners a lot more in the challenge mode. Use it to damage the enemies or stun them to remove their dodge. It's really up to you how it's gonna work here. I'm just gonna turn on Scavenger's skill to help. Okay, let's do a mass freeze. Turn on Gnosis skill. Turn on Click skill if you want to as well. Just gonna clean the top part there. And then like that, there you go. Got a lot of the enemies done and dusted. And that's how you do challenge mode. So a bit more micromanagement than the normal version. But I hope this will help you to clear off your CM and get you the original prime that you want. Right, that's it from me in this stage. We're gonna move on to SN-EX-3 after this. See you there. Bye bye.